Chu Utlasa Sha Inchut. Hello everyone, this is Shawn Atleo, or Inchut. Thank you so much for the kind invitation to address the Community Foundation's Canada Biannual Conference. I am very honored to share the call to action to inspire smart and caring communities, especially for the potential collaboration between First Nations and the over 180 community foundations across the country. I very much regret that I am unable to be there with you in person to discuss these exciting opportunities with you as leaders in the philanthropic and foundation community. As we do in Indigenous cultures, I'd like to first acknowledge the Treaty 1 territory, traditional territory of the Anishinaabe peoples. I would also like to acknowledge His Excellency, the Right Honourable David Johnston, who in 2011 made the call to action to make Canada a smarter and more caring nation. As part of that call to action, one objective identified was to ensure every community is served by a community foundation by 2017. Because having access to a community foundation means having a network of people, organizations, and resources dedicated to building smart and caring communities. First Nations leaders and I are working to increase understanding, to transform the relationship among all Canadians, to seek new approaches to stable and sustainable funding systems, and to pursue opportunities for support and partnership. Fostering the full potential of First Nations is essential to the Canadian economy, and we need your help, as you are the experts in creating and maintaining social change. I believe that foundations are uniquely placed to play a pivotal role in our work, and today I propose that we work together to ignite change and transform the reality for the most challenged communities across Canada. We join you in this call to action to ensure every First Nation is connected to a community foundation. Foundations have the ability to catalyze transformative change, to achieve reconciliation by supporting First Nations in the context of development projects, to supporting nation rebuilding, and in redefining the relationship between humanity itself and the living world around us, the environment. Philanthropy can assist First Nations to challenge irresponsible development by supporting articulation of our own customary laws and by supporting education and research on mobilizing our own projects for responsible development. As the world and the environment changes around us, First Nations need support to implement our own visions, whether for development, for social development, for education, or for employment. When one looks at many of the big shifts which have occurred in the course of human history, many of these big shifts have been the result of philanthropic endeavors, such as the near elimination of polio, or the Green Revolution, which modernized agriculture and improved food security in much of the world, and even the ending of slavery. When we consider situations which seem too big, too intractable, or too complicated to resolve, philanthropic action is demonstrated to be a proven method of achieving change. Our ancestors and past leaders had a dream of a better future through partnership and alliance, a dream formalized by many First Nations through treaties and treaty making. The survival of Indigenous nations today tells us all that that dream is still possible. We know that it was not only First Nations peoples who had a dream for a better future. Samuel de Champlain, often referred to as Canada's first Governor-General, had a different kind of dream too. Champlain dreamed of a society based on partnerships between Indigenous peoples and Europeans to strengthen and to enrich one another. It was a plan completely different from what was being directed by other colonial governments of the day. So today, as I talk to you about igniting the need for change, I'm really talking about realizing the dreams of all of our ancestors. These are not dreams that are beyond our grasp. These are not dreams of a perfect world, but a better world. Dreams of a great nation. Dreams of harmony, of mutual respect, mutual strength and prosperity, safe and caring communities for all. As you will all appreciate, there is no question we have a lot of work to do. This is not only possible, it is underway, well underway. And this is where I call on you as we mobilize our energies, create momentum, and inspire all Canadians. I am personally energized by the interest in our issues, as a growing chorus of Canadians from all walks of life say, "We get it," and what can I do to be part of that change? And, as outlined in treaties, we are willing partners to work with governments, businesses, and neighboring communities as we move forward. The nonprofit and charitable sector has played a pivotal role in our communities, particularly now as groups like the Red Cross, Habitat for Humanity, and the Temagami and Haida Gwaii trust funds and others are stepping forward, supporting First Nations to achieve safe and adequate housing in their communities. We have emerging examples also in the education and health sectors. In all of these initiatives, we see your sector, your work leading to innovation, challenging institutional leadership, and achieving clearly set goals by not accepting poor outcomes. This is the hallmark of new thinking and new approaches that will drive lasting change. All of you are people who have dedicated your time to firing and driving change, change that smashes the status quo, and we look forward to continuing existing and pursuing new partnerships. So today, we join the call to action, remembering that First Nation citizens must be part of the inspiration towards safer and caring communities. We need your voice, your networks, and your advocacy for this vision of a better future for our peoples and for Canada. By lending your voice and support, by learning more about our peoples, and by supporting our advocacy, we can together turn the tide to push the tipping point to transformation. I believe strongly that this is our time to press forward, push harder, engage openly and honestly, and have the challenging conversations and ignite the change that's needed today. We made this country together, and we can remake it in the spirit, the vision, and the dream of our ancestors. We all have a stake. We are all treaty partners. We are all treaty people. Now, more than ever, it's time for action. Tleko, tleko. Thank you very much.